Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Lion's Den with Seth. Hopefully, everything is going good with you and this weekend, and everybody is nice and festive. You're taking care of business and, getting that shopping and everything out the way. If this is your first time watching and tuning in, we appreciate this, okay? But if you're watching live on Facebook, if you want to join in, make sure you go to streamyard.com/. Facebook so you can tune in and be in with what the den do. Let us know where you're at right now. Let us know where you're listening. It's always important for us to shout you out because you're taking time out of your schedule to shout us out. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you go to your Roku or Amazon Fire Stick TV to download the Lions Pride Network so you can catch everything that we do, have done, and getting ready to do. What's going on, Mr. Nico? Shout out from Queens, y'all, New York in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, what's going on, Queen Slay up in the building, right? What's going on, Miss Yolanda? You up in Utah riding bikes? Okay, digging on the track. Right on. Well, listen, everybody, we're going to have a nice show for y'all. But before we get into the topic, we got to get the den in. The Lions. Larry, what's popping, man? How you feeling, bro?
What's happening? What's happening, man? I'm feeling good. Getting into this holiday season, you dig?
Man, it's different, man. I
It
promise you.
is.
I don't know what it is, man. I think that it's just not the same like it used to be. You feeling that or what? Is it
Yeah,
just me?
I'm feeling it. I think it might be the pandemic, man. We so used to just being in and shopping online that it's a little different. I went out yesterday and it just didn't seem the same. But then again, I got older kids too, so
Yeah,
I buy them crap all throughout the year. So it's like Christmas. I'm
yeah.
really more so about getting together as a family and doing something versus gifts.
Dig it. Yo, what's
Yeah.
going on, Q? And and I feel that too. And also, man, I'm really about doing different things and starting new traditions. You get
Absolutely,
what I'm
brother.
saying?
Absolutely.
Having those new traditions, you can say, you know what? Yeah, I think I like this, right? Because now we're in a position where we can actually make those choices, right? Hey, you having a hard time too? Yeah. Hey, y'all, look, shout out. Let us know if y'all having if this is a different transition. What's going on? What's going on, ma'am? Hello, hello, hello. She's going to be on the show next year, y'all. It's going to be super dope. Trust
Oh,
me. But anyway, of course, we got to get my man's up in here. Big Herm. What's up, man?
Well, so hey, for me, man, it's the same because I this is the holiday I can't stand the most.
Why can't you
yeah.
stand it,
I
bro?
don't like, man. I don't like buying no gifts, and I don't want nobody to buy me nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm true Grinch when it comes to
Oh
Christmas,
my
man.
Bah
God.
humbug, all that, huh?
Yeah, man, because I just, I don't like the idea of that's the time I gotta go buy people stuff and people buy. I gotta sit here and think about what you want and all this crap.
Yeah,
I don't
I
like
don't do
it.
that. Gift cards, baby, gift cards.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. It's just too much pressure and it's too much me going out of my way to go get a gift for you now.
Mm-hmm.
My
Mm-hmm.
kids, that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly, Queen Slay. I don't want to spend my money on these
You
people.
know what the problem is?
And now
You,
I'm married, so
you're
it's a
feeling
whole
it.
new
Yeah,
pressure.
yo, that's what it is.
I
Because
mean?
hey, first of all, you're already cheap.
yeah.
and
And you
Man,
then
family extended.
man, it's a whole new pressure.
yo, it is, but man, it's just different though. Because I think not her, but Larry, you had a great point. It's like you coming out the pandemic and there was closeness. You get what I'm saying? And now it's like a force to, hey, everybody, get on out. Go ahead. It was like, wait, I ain't ready.
Yeah, I
You
ain't
know what
ready.
I'm saying? Maybe that's what it is. But hey, Herm, do us a favor, man, and introduce our guest, bro,
Hey,
or our guest host.
our
Hmm.
guest host. So we're doing this one a little bit different. So in case you guys didn't know, we're going to talk about what it's like to have a podcast. You know what I'm saying? What the common myths is, what people think it takes to do this. And we're bringing in somebody that has his own podcast with his team. Somebody we've known for a while. He's been watching the show. Always got the jokes in the comments for me, man. I appreciate that, bro. So we're going to talk about that too. Mr. Bill Montgomery, welcome to the show.
What's going on, bro?
Hey, hey.
Welcome, welcome, man. Hey, so look, tell us a little bit about you and your show, man.
I'm Bill from the BX. I come with plenty of podcasting experience with Out4 TV as well as the Dream Team 92 podcast. I do two different podcasts. One is with my team, then I do one by myself where I kind of get more into the military topics. We kind of share a market with you guys and the Lions Den. You guys are definitely the number 2 best military podcast.
Cool. Cool. Hey, hey, guess what? Light work. Hey, and look, hey, check it out. Hey, if we're number 2, you're giving us something to strive
You know
for.
what I'm saying, man? He's from the BX, man. So he's AFI,
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
stupid.
You know what I'm saying? I see, so he's military all the way, man.
All the way. Yeah. Hey,
Hey, I
look,
agree with you guys. This holiday season is very commercialized and it's very difficult moving at this time. But man, Herm, I just bought you some new seat covers for you on your new truck. Because I know with you being big, you done creased up your leather seats.
wow.
You done had the truck for less than a month. I want you to, before you make a payment on your truck, you shouldn't have creases in your seats. Man.
I'm not even about to start this with
You
this.
see what they're doing? All right,
already.
so look, hey, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take care of that offline. Right on. Hey, and look, Mr. Nico, not BX from the Bronx, baby girl. This is
He's from
the
AFI.
Yes, BX from the Bronx.
Yeah.
Be clear. The Bronx, New
you
York.
from the Bronx, New York?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I was
Yes,
gonna
sir.
say we're talking about base exchange.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But look, anyway,
I'm not from that place where you brought those expensive Tommy Hilfiger shirts.
there it is.
Not from that place.
There it is. All right. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the last show of the season. All right, because it's that time we got to do our time to reflect and give y'all some good hot fire. You feel me, for 2022. But as we go on to do that, we want to take some time to reflect on where we've come within not just this last year, but almost 3 years going into the third year. Well, is it third year, Herm, or what?
Going to third.
Going into the third year, y'all, of this transition. So I'll give it to you, Larry, man. What do you think has been, man, something that you've seen us do to grow?
I would think the pandemic kind of really turned it for us, because we were meeting up in person for a while, and it was what it was, right? Especially going live, you can't control the background and what was happening and who was saying what. But I think with transitioning to the Zoom or the stream, and then later the Zoom yard, we got some animation, some sounds, and then it just made it better because we didn't have to leave the crib, So it kind of like you just pop on your at your house in your space, and you could see the growth, you could see the development, you see the site for what we were trying to do, and the content just moved along. I'm not gonna say it got better like it was bad in the beginning. I'm just saying you can see the improvements, and you can see how we just grew. That was probably the most interesting thing, is the pandemic really kind of had us shift our focus.
I feel you. What you think, Herm?
So I do agree with Larry about how the pandemic switched us to how we do things. I thought that being live and in person was a lot easier. You know what I mean? As far as, because we're talking face. Now I'm staring straight into my computer. You know what I mean? And trying to make it happen. What I think a lot of people don't know is how much like energy it takes to come up with these topics and then be able to talk, smartly about these things. You know what I mean? So it's not something that take for granted. You know what I mean? In the very beginning, man, it was very hard for me. You know what I mean? It's not that I didn't know how to talk, but it's like, man, I got to try to find a way to entertain people for an hour. You know what I mean? Like, and I could do that when I'm talking to you face to face, you know what I mean? But on these different topics and whatnot, that part was a challenge. It's gotten a lot easier for me now as we grown together. I feel like it's built up more confidence. Not that I lack confidence, but it's built up more confidence for me because I did something that wasn't within my comfort zone.
Dang, yeah. Well, you know what? I can see all that. Hey, Bill, man, what do you think? What do you think has been the most pivotal point in your podcasting, tenure?
I think just getting better and learning to be more professional. We all probably watch other podcasts to a degree, and you see things that you may like or may not like, and you start to add those tools to your own toolbox, and continue just to get better. Everyone strives to get better every episode. Starting out, you may not be what you can watch some. You can go back now and watch some of those early episodes, and you'll probably cringe. You'll be like, "Oh my goodness, my voice sounds terrible. Why am I sitting like that? Well, whose phone is ringing?"
Yep.
Now you look at it, and you jump on the mic, and you just try not to get complacent because you get on there, you're saying, like you said, every week, and you give 1 hour to more of content. That's not easy.
No, yeah,
It's not easy. But when you start to make it happen, and you get fans giving you feedback, people start to listen in and check in, and they start to have conversations with you, and you build off of that. You build and you grow, and watching yourself grow is a wonderful thing.
yeah.
What about you, Seth?
Yeah.
Man, shoot. I mean, them first shows was pretty raunchy. You understand? I mean, raunchy. And for those of you that's just tuning in, hey, we're talking about humble beginnings.
Side piece conversation.
Side pieces. You get what I'm saying? And we're on there half drunk. Oh my God. And just talking crazy. But the thing is, seriously, I would say the most important part that I've seen was how important it was to have a very solid team. You see what I'm saying? A team of individuals that can push you and to believe in you enough to say, hey, you're not doing that quite right. Try this, right? It's not try this because you suck. It's try this because you can do better. You get what I'm saying? And so that taught me that it's good to have a team that you can trust, you see, because when you're doing things all by yourself and only want to do it your way, then that means you're only going to have a tunnel view of what the future could look like. You see what I'm saying? So no, I think that's dope.
Man, what you talk about with that consistency, man, that's what kept us going this long. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of times where sometimes we look, ain't nobody watching, you know what I'm saying? But we'll still go, you know what I mean? We'll still go for it because this is what we do, you know what I mean? And I think people appreciate, they know that come 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, we're going to be on the show. You know what I mean? No matter what's going on, we're going to make sure a show happens. Even though if one falls down, we're still able to pick up the pieces and keep it going, man. I think that's important that everybody's able to hold the stick and keep it moving.
Let me ask a question. What made Joe want that time slot?
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't.
Because if you think about it, that is a very tough time slot. In the fall, in fall and the winter, you got to compete with football.
Yep.
Especially here in the East Coast. So you said 6 o'clock Central. That's 7 o'clock here on the East Coast.
Yep.
Football is on. In the summertime, you're competing with basketball and baseball with that time slot. And you have a military fan base.
So it's funny you said that because now I used to look at the time and try to find what was the most pivotal time that we could really get together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what time of the day. Now, to your point though, Bill, even though there was other things going off, to me, that was like the type of competition or push that I wanted. You see what I'm saying? Because if it was a prime time where everybody wasn't doing anything, I don't want to be that choice. You see what I'm saying? I want to help to give individuals an opportunity to say, damn, do I want to watch the Lions then? Or do I want to watch this game? I want it to be hard. Now, in the beginning, it's not a hard choice. Like, what's the Lions then? Forget that. You will have to go to this game. But if we can get to the point where we got people thinking like, oh, man, I think I want to at least tune in for a minute. I think that's what it was. What you think, Herm, about that time?
I think that, you know what I'm saying, it's something that I never really put no thought into it, like you just said, Bill. You know what I mean? But it's our time. You know what I mean? No matter what's going on, you know, who's out there doing whatever they're doing, we're still going to be on at that time. And the good thing about us is that even though you say you got some other things that you want to watch, I mean, we've also got it downloaded where you can listen to it on the Fire Stick now. You know what I mean? So it's not like you have to miss. You know what I'm saying? It's just this was the perfect time for us. Like Seth said, that was the time that we're all available and able to get it in. You know what I'm saying? We've had very little call outs, you know what I'm saying, as far as like team members go, you know what I'm saying, because the time is pretty optimal as far as our schedules go.
Yeah, I agree. Like the only time it kind of really hurt was when your team was playing and it was like a pivotal game or something.
You got your phone on the side, you know.
Yeah, so you know you throw your phone on the side, or if they up, you kind of like it leaves that suspense. So when I get off, I got to check the score real quick. Oh, okay, they pulled it out type thing. But overall, I mean, outside of the football season, you know, I'm not a big basketball guy, so Football is my biggest thing. They
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah, and you know what too? Another thing too, man. It almost to Herm's point, that was our time slot too.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, we can't shake and bend based off of what the world is doing. This is an opportunity for us to carve our own piece of the
Be
world.
consistent.
You see what I'm saying? And no matter what's going on, we showing up. Now, the good part is if we, can't make it for whatever reason, we can play a rerun or whatever. But the time frame been staying the same ever since then. So it's like, yo, now we on the TV guy.
We used to have 2 shows a week.
Yep.
We did.
Now that was real tough.
That was rough.
You know what I mean?
Hold on, 3. So we was doing that.
We had Wednesday.
Yep. And then the sanity check. You know what I'm saying? I was doing the sanity check. Yeah. So, yeah.
Trying to come up with 2 topics on Wednesday and Sunday. And, are we going to have a guest for this one? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like,
Mhm.
I'm about to quit. I ain't even get hired.
Volunteer work feel like a job.
Mhm.
I got to put in my 2-week notice. No.
For me, the Dream Team, it's just something. The Dream Team 92 podcast is something that we really stumbled on. So, like for that time slot of Saturday morning at 6 a.m. when we drop on the JSPs, it was just a thing. And then Happy Saturday became like a mantra of ours for that podcast. Then we're seeing how things worked with that, and then creative differences, and I moved on to start the Op4 TV. For Op4 TV, I was like, all right. I already had been doing a podcast for almost 2 years. So I'm like, all right, cool. This is where I think it should go. And I figured out, I carved myself a little niche in Monday mornings. Because, Monday mornings, everybody in the military is going to work Monday morning, unless it's a holiday.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us get up early. So I post our podcast at 5 o'clock. So if you live on base at 5 o'clock, I got 15 minutes worth of content that you can ride on base to. You know what I'm saying? Friday mornings belong. I felt like Friday mornings belongs to new music. You know what I'm saying? Everyone got a streaming platform. 5 o'clock. Whenever you get up at 5 in the morning on Fridays, you're like, yo, they got a new Rick Ross album. No one's checking for any music from No Limit Records. No one's looking for that. I felt like I could really own Monday mornings for the military, so that's why I just went into it thinking like that.
Okay. Well, look, check it out. Hey, Herm, what'd you think about this? I think this is a good question, man.
Queen Slay. So here's the strategy on building content. In the very beginning, we really didn't have much of a strategy when I first came on. Just whatever popped into mind. And Seth came up with what our mission is professionalism, leadership, growth with a call to action.
Mm-hmm.
So we keep that in mind when we think about future guests. You know what I'm saying? Are they professional? Are they going to be able to provide to the people, something that helps them with their leadership, or is their growth? Is this something that we can get behind for a call to action? So we think about all that stuff now when we put our guest on. Does that mean everybody's going to be a top tier professional? No, we've had homeless people on the show before. We've had people that, that suffer from substance abuse or whatever, you know what I mean? But it's about how can you grow? What can you learn from these people? Do we laugh and joke sometimes? Yes, but our content is not for comedy per se.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to give you something with substance, you know what I'm saying? So you could take it like, damn, I just learned something today.
And yeah, that makes a lot of sense too. You're absolutely right. The other thing too is what Herm and Larry. So it's almost like we're like a Voltron, if you will. You see what I'm saying? It's different parts of the piece of a puzzle, but the mission still stays the same. So Larry may ask different questions from a point of view for a different group of individuals. You see, Herm will ask questions, throw in some humor. You get what I'm saying? And I really try to just help facilitate the overall, conversation. But ultimately, the goal is to make sure somebody is learning something new. You see what I'm saying? And we really wasn't at first. You remember this term? We wanted to do something that was like shock jockish, you know what I'm saying? What can we do to just grab so we could naturally do that, so we didn't have to be gimmicky. That's the key. not to be gimmicky. Mary, what you think about that?
Yeah, I agree, man. And a lot of our conversations, if you really think about it and go back and look, it's authentic conversation. So it's like, for military reference, it's stuff you talk about at the smoke pit. The conversations about gender, leadership, finance, just politics, a little bit. We don't really talk a whole lot about politics, but during the election, we did have, and police brutality, like a lot of those trending topics we hit on, and we was talking about what most people was probably talking about at the water cooler or out at the smoke pit or wherever. And we like, hey, let's just have a conversation. I remember at the height of the protesting for the police brutality, we had like a 2-hour show. Y'all remember that?
Yeah. What was it? This Is America.
Yes. I mean, and it was because, I think it was the thing that happened in Minnesota that kind of drew it. I don't know. There's so many of them. I can't keep up. But 2-hour conversation. And I mean, it was so good that we had to cut it off. It's like, yo, it's been 2 hours. We got to cut this off.
End up having a part 2. Yeah.
We did. So it's just, the content really is like he said, we bounce it off each other throughout, group text or whatever, or depending on what's happening, it's a little bit of everything. It's something currently happened. Hey, maybe we should talk about this, like the month of suicide awareness. We might have a theme or something going on. So it just depends on what's happening and, who we know, because, Herm and Seth know a lot more people than I do. Yeah, professionally, we're talking about, because I know people, but I don't know if you want these folks on.
Man, bring them on, man.
we can do some ratchet stuff, but I don't know about the professional.
Hey, look, we did that. So look, check it out, Bill. I want to ask you this question because someone is chiming in. Shout out to y'all. She says, are you going to lead into branches? The Lions Den presents Lions Cub. It's funny they said this, but I want to talk to you about that. What do you think about when it was time to transition to branch off to do other ventures for yourself? How did you get to that point?
Just having ideas, and you bring the ideas to the team, and then I had one specific idea to do a podcast talking about I forget, but then I saw it somewhere else. Somebody else did it, and they didn't even do it as good as I did, but it worked. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? And then I seen that happen again, and I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I'm ahead of the game, but I'm bringing it to the team, and they're not with it, and it's cool. I understand my ideas can be a little off. It don't seem right, but that's my artistic expression. You know what I'm saying? This is podcasting. There's a lot of artistic expression involved. So I didn't hold it against nobody. The people close to me, I would talk to them about it, and they were like, yo, why don't you just do your own thing? And I was like, man, but like you said, recording twice a week is a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's it. I just made a conscious decision, made a conscious effort. Got my LLC first, out for TV, and then from there just made it happen. And since now I think I'm about 20 episodes in, and I'm enjoying it, having fun. Herm was on one episode. It ended up being really popular. Me and him got great chemistry, bouncing off each other. It wasn't like I had to get to know him or nothing like that. So we just came with the funny, and simultaneously talked about something with substance, and it was real.
Yeah,
that's what I like to do on Op 4 TV. I like to bring my guests on, but they have a real life experience, and they just bring their real life experience as the substance, and I just add my funny onto that, and from there we're gonna keep you locked in.
Got you. So you know what it is? I think that's cool. I think it makes sense to know when something is in a certain vein that it doesn't fit, but you may want to try it this way. You get what I'm saying? And it's okay. You can still do it, but you may have to. It has to be something separate from what it is, because it can change the overall dynamics of something. I mean, that you've already created with your core team. Herm, what you thinking about that?
Well, I've had experience with branching off with 2 different podcasts, right? The first one, you know what I'm saying, it was about coming at things with the mixed experience or whatnot. And I don't know, you know what I mean? It's just hard to get another show kicked off like that. I was already part of a team, and now it's a whole nother team dynamic that I have to get to know and stuff like that and gel and rock with. And it's just tough to branch off into different things. It's not as easy as you think. The second one had the potential to really do good, but I was like, man, it gets to feel like just too much. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's just too much. It's like, man, I've already got the Lions then. I'm committed to, been doing it about 3 years. If I were to do anything else, to branch off to anything else, it had to be like what Bill does, what Op4 TV is something that I'm doing on my own for my own expression, not working with a whole nother team, trying to get chemistry down with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I got my chemistry down with you guys. You know what I mean? And that took a while. Y'all remember in the very beginning, we had that meeting. I thought I was gonna get jumped. You know what I mean?
He stirred the pot, didn't
he? He did. He stirred the pot.
You know what I'm saying? So the chemistry thing is not automatic, man. We make it seem so on camera, but there's a lot of talks and discussions, you know what I'm saying, about what we need to do to gel. And a lot of people are scared to have those conversations.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So they just suffer in silence and just try to get through a podcast.
Right.
And you can see they have no chemistry on
right. And it's supposed to be fun. You see what I'm saying? That ultimately that's what it is, because the deal is, and Bill, and I know Larry, you can dig this, but if we can't have these conversations on a day-to-day, what type of energy do you think I'm gonna have to put on live? You get what I'm saying? For the whole world to see. I mean, people can recognize real.
I'm just sitting back mad. Nobody even know why I'm mad.
Yeah, and hating life.
Hey, tell me this: were you guys all friends before this? All stationed together?
Yeah.
Okay. And now that you do this podcast, how many conversations do y'all pick up the phone and call each other outside of this podcast still, or do y'all just only talk when y'all record?
No, so I know for me and Herm, I think we talk the most because we're the furthest away, you know what I'm saying, on the phone wise. Like, but we keep in contact in our core, our core thread, you see, to either, yo, man, y'all good? Good morning. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all see this? We might, tag each other on some other nonsense.
Y'all also meet up. Y'all meet up at the V and stuff like that.
And so we still do meet up. But Larry, what you think about that question though? How important it is though to stay connected outside of this?
Yeah. So that's how you build that team chemistry that you're talking about. Because we don't just meet up on Sundays at 5:30 and like, yo, all right, let's play catch up for the week. We talking throughout the week. There's times where I hit up Seth about something that ain't got nothing to do with the podcast. It'd be something with the house or something. Same thing with Herm. Same thing with Spence. And Foot. So it just depends on what's happening. But we talk throughout the week all the time. We share probably, boy, y'all want to see our thread on Messenger. You'd be surprised at some of the stuff we talk about and share and just giggle at. But we talk throughout the week to answer your questions. So by the time we get up to Sunday, we already locked in and ready to go.
Yeah. When I used to live there, you know what I'm saying, it was easier because again, we always met up, you know what I mean, and we meeting up. We did community events, where we go feed the people that's working at the gates. So we make an effort, you know what I'm saying, to not just show up on the show and this is it. We're gonna hang out that night, you know what I mean, or something like that. Now, to answer your first, like I didn't know them at first, you know what I mean. I was the one, they knew each other, like they were all friends. Like they started the podcast in Seth's basement with this one mic that I happen to have in my house. You know what I'm saying? That they used to talk around one mic, you know what I mean? So I came later, you know what I mean? Again, they was having interracial relationship conversation. They picked me. It's like, hey, you don't mix tail over here to talk about.
Hey, Herm was our token. You see?
Yeah, I was joking, you know what I mean? Like, hey, I didn't even know. I thought I was getting invited to be on the show, and then I came back and they say, what you doing here? I'm part of the team. They didn't have the heart to tell me to go home, so I just stayed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, listen. No, what happened was, Herm was invited to the damn cookout, and so he's like, "All right, he good." You
You can't be bringing random mixed dudes to your cookout because he mess around and bring some kimchi in there. They're gonna be mad.
Hey,
they're gonna be mad.
Hey, if you bring kimchi, he got to bring some chicken. You know what I'm saying? Bring it both. We can't. No,
you gotta balance it out. I got both sides, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, but you know what though? That too brings us to another point. Not everybody is a good mix.
Yeah.
In your team. Oh, now how important is that? Now look, Bill, I want you to speak on that, bro.
Mhm.
Oh man, we've had instances on my team where, man, we had this one girl, Yanni. She used to bring the funny. Oh, I mean, people. So many people hit me up like, "Yo, where did you find her? Where'd she come from?" And to be honest with
I
you,
remember her.
a year before I joined the Dream Team podcast, I had an idea to do a podcast, and in my head, I wanted it to be me and her. I wanted it to be me and her to do a podcast. I met her at a friend's cookout, and I was like, "Yo, I've been thinking about doing a podcast. I think you'd be dope." So me and her we started hanging out more. We started just building the chemistry, building the rapport, and I started doing the Dream Team podcast. And I was like, "All right, just come on with this one, and let's see how things go." And then her and another one of our team members, after 6 or 7 months of her being with the team, he just wasn't feeling no more and asked her to not go. And I kept the cameras recording it because we do a live record. And they got into this big argument. Oh my God. I'm gonna share it one day. I'm gonna give it to them and let them, right? I mean, because it's so funny. She walks halfway down the hallway to the bathroom and come back. And another thing.
Wow.
And then she leave and she come right back. And you know what else? Bill don't even like you. And then she come back because she got drunk.
Oh yeah.
And while she got drunk during the episode,
Don't mix.
yeah,
Ooh,
man,
mix.
she just lost.
Yo, what
We had
you
some crazy stuff. I ain't gonna put it out there and open up old wounds, but we done had some crazy stuff happen behind some liquor.
hey,
But it makes for great content. You got to keep it going.
no, listen, look, I'm gonna tell you this. Sometimes, yeah, but like after 1 week, you got the Chief Master Sergeant in the Air Force Zone.
Yeah.
And then the next week, you talking about something so reckless and you drunk. It's like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what it is. Hey, you want your guests to feel like this is a box of chocolates.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get, huh?
You never know what you're gonna get.
At least all the chocolate is edible.
That's the deal. Hey,
you can't have a turd.
Remember them chocolates your grandma used to get, but your grandma probably didn't used to have.
Hey,
have brandy in it.
What would you say, hey, what'd you say? Hey, the chocolates ain't supposed to have a turd in it.
Yeah. At least I'm eating a chocolate. It might not be a chocolate I like, but at least it's a chocolate.
Yeah. So look, the reason why I brought that part up is it's important to make sure that the individuals that's a part of the team understand the mission. And this is the deal. Understand the mission, but we may not all walk it the same way, but we go in the same direction. You feel what I'm saying? So Bill, what do you think about that when individuals are kind of not on the same page? They there, but they're not on the same page.
It makes good content.
Mm-hmm.
It makes good content. Absolutely, that clash. People, listen. We got stupid. Why do you think reality TV is so popular?
Well, yep.
It's because of those clashes, those conflicts of interest, those discussions. You guys are like a get along game. I enjoy it because it's educational to me. Like you said, having the chief of the Air Force on there, having I remember y'all had like financial talks, real estate talks, so much information that's imperative. And you know what I'm saying? Even if I have a lot of information on that topic already, I always come away with something more. But a lot more often than not, people turn on content and they want to shut their brain off. They just want to be entertained. They want to laugh. They want to joke. They want to see
ratchetness.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to mix. You got to be able to mix them both together. And those episodes where y'all have that, I mean, gold.
But you know what? And you know what? That's cool. You know what I'm saying? I think it should be sprinkled in. You get what I'm saying? But very, sparingly, because to your point, even though it's good content, it's a lot of that out there. Yeah, it's a lot out there. Herm, what you think about that?
Real quick, I'm gonna give it a lyric because I think it's important first that we should talk about this is when you're doing a podcast, you need to recognize who your target audience is.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So who are you setting out to watch your show? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you're right, not Joe, Bill. You know what I'm saying? I know what podcast you're talking about. You know what I mean? Where they have that entertaining stuff on there. And I ain't gonna lie to you, in the beginning, I wanted us to be more like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, we need to be able to have more conflict and all that stuff on the show. But then as we grew, you know what I'm saying, and my mind switched, I'm thinking, we can't, we're trying to educate and bring positivity and you know what I'm saying? It's a different kind of vibe. So if we sitting there clashing, arguing with each other, it's like, what did they get? They got entertained, but
Mm-hmm.
they get the information that we're really trying to get to them through our podcast. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, what are you going to do? You can either go to that, because we could do that, especially me and Will. You know what I mean? Me and Will bump heads all day on the show.
Nobody want to bump heads with you, man.
This dude, man.
You can't win that battle, bro. CTE is real, fam.
But what I'm saying is, like, you got to pick, and then so we just pick spots. You know what I'm saying? Make sure we add a little bit of humor to it, but make sure that we all are pushing forward and not making a show about our own conflicts.
There you go.
Know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Hey, so look, fellas, we got to take a little pause for the calls. Ladies and gentlemen, we here at the Lions Den. We're giving y'all a little bit of a backstage, peek of how we do things and also how we've grown from our humble beginnings, talking about, the sweet num juice, to now talking about true growth and development. Don't go nowhere, y'all. We will be right.
Monique Slater is a top negotiating, award-winning real estate agent in San Antonio, Texas. Her focus is on educating and empowering individuals on building general wealth through homeownership while providing exponential service with integrity and excellence. Although her heart is for serving first-time homeowners and the military community, her clientele ranges from $100,000 to $2.5 million. Monique has developed an awesome team that can get anyone into a home and has sold homes in less than 6 hours. After servicing the Air Force for over 28 years, retired Chief Slater has a massive network, so she can connect you with an awesome agent anywhere in the U.S. And if you're in San Antonio or relocating there, give Monique a call first to help you find your dream home. Give Monique a call at 210-237-7268.
One thing we can cherish during these times is family dinners. Think about it, the nice, succulent southern fried chicken, baked beans cooked to perfection, creamy macaroni and cheese, cornbread. You get the point. Come check out Kevlar's Grill, where all the meals are cooked with perfection, professionalism, and love. Located outside the Scott Air Force Base back gate inside the VFW is where you can find them. Also, they have military discount for all of our serving members. Give them a call. Their number is 618-416-5700, and that's inside Scott VFW Post 4183. And they also have Grubhub. Call them now and tell them that the Lions Den sent you. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Seth with the Lions Den. Are you or someone you know looking for a tool to help them be more accountable? Check out the Black Collar Mindset, the Art of Strategic Thinking. It's a manual to help maneuver through life strategically by holding yourself accountable every step of the way. Go to theblackcollarmindset.com to grab your copy today. Again, the website is theblackcollarmindset.com. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Let's get it together. I saw you. I saw you. You're a cornball and you know it. Hey, damn.
Hey, before we get started again, man, I should have mentioned this in the very beginning of the show. We should have talked about this. The Can We Talk challenge. Did any of y'all try that yet?
The what now? Oh man, no!
I did it.
No, why?
No, you did not. You failed, brother.
Bro, I did it, man. I beat Kanye and Tank.
Are you talking about singing?
Yeah,
bro, that's what he's
it.
talking about. All right, I can't believe you even brought.
Go to my TikTok and see. Y'all let me know.
No, sir. Okay.
Why you have a TikTok? You're 40.
Hey, bro. Hey, go ahead, Larry. Hit this up, man.
Yeah, so Lily Wilson asked the question, how do you handle guests being too nervous or just not able to speak through the subject? We've had that a few times, so that's kind of why we do the 30 minutes prior to going live, and actually taking it back a little step further, we actually add them to a group chat, like a guest group chat that we do throughout the week. So building up until Sunday, we're already having these conversations where we're going to talk about any questions, what they're capable of speaking on, what they don't want to speak on, because a lot of these folks, depending on what position they're in, there's certain things they can and cannot talk about. So we kind of do all that background work that a lot of you guys don't see, behind the scenes as we build up into Sunday. So once we get to Sunday, we have our 30 minutes of just talking, hey, getting to know each, kind of feeling each other out. I want to say, you know, at least going live before we go live, we feeling each other out. So by the time the show starts, even though they're nervous because they've seen previous shows or they just heard about us, they're like, oh man, I don't know how to answer these questions. By the time they get on here and start talking, we can't shut them up. To be honest,
Right.
I think we have the reciprocal effect of that. We can't. We gotta like, hey, all right, we got it. You got that point. We need to get to these other questions that we got. More so than we got people. I don't think we've ever had somebody that was like short-lived that kind of only gave 2-worded answers and we got to fill in. We may have had
we did, yeah. But it started that way. But once they got comfortable, you dig what I'm saying? They got on going. So
that wasn't on that show, man. He wasn't on. It was just me and you, Larry.
Yeah,
I was in the background. Say, hey man, cut this short,
bro. I saw it.
I was like, man, we're struggling with this one. Man.
So listen, this is what happened, bro. So I'm watching because I couldn't be on. And I'm like, yo, this dude is hurting. I said, okay, got it. Yo, we don't have to do a whole hour, right?
Yeah. Because we were 30 minutes or so,
bruh, or less. But if we got to pull teeth out of individuals, that means they're not ready. You think what I'm saying? Hey, so Bill, you ever had that conversation or a situation?
Absolutely. With the Op4 TV, most recently, I did a series. You know, I was trying to attack the algorithms. And I did a series on September 11th. Me being from New York, I got family and friends that are in the military now that were, you know, actually, you know, high school kids. My sister was in high school, which you could like, it was like 3 blocks away from the World Trade Center when the buildings came down. Talking to her about, you know, September 11th, and now she's a staff sergeant in the Army. And I'm talking to her about it, you know, on the mic, she took an edible, she was cool. Went back and she watched it after I posted it. And she didn't like it. I took it down. I'm like, all right, cool. It's like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's for her. I took it down. I could tell while we was recording, she was uncomfortable. The content was still palatable, but you could tell she was uncomfortable.
Right.
You just take it down. With Dream Team 9-2, we had one episode where our host, Jay, got so drunk.
Wow.
See?
And the whole time we're recording, he goes live on Instagram. And I think it was like, matter of fact, I'll tell you exactly what it is. It was September. We did, you know, for Valentine's Day, we did like a love episode. So everybody came in like in pajamas and stuff like that, trying to look all smooth and cool. My man was going through something. He got drunk. The content was crazy. She was off the charts. He was wigging. The manager was calling me. She was like, "Hey, stop the episode now. Stop the episode." We never put it out. We like threw some crazy content up for that or whatever. But
oh man,
but don't y'all show it like 6 a.m. on a Saturday? You said how you hammered that early? Oh, what do y'all
we don't record live. We record on Thursday.
They pre-record.
Yeah, we record like Thursday.
On the flip side of Lily's question, man, how do you handle it when you're nervous or maybe not nervous, but not prepared for the guests? Right. So the one your people, Larry, the TransUnion folks, you know what I'm saying?
Life insurance.
America.
Yeah. Yep.
I had no idea what we was gonna do. You know,
TransUnion. I was like, "What are you telling me?"
Man, I still don't know who they are. You know what I mean?
Like, yo, I was
like the financial cats. You know what I mean? I was like, I have no idea.
I thought you was talking about a whole nother category within the alphabet. Like,
no. So like with that show, you know what I'm saying? Because I had no experience with like, you know, the those financial guys and stuff like that. So I had no idea what we was going to talk about. I tried to research them, you know what I'm saying? And the information was like, oh man, I don't know what I'm going to ask them. I don't know what we're going to do. But the good thing about it was, I mean, they knew enough to where I was able to roll into the show. You know what I'm saying? But that was one show that I knew that I was not ready for. You know what I mean?
Bro, I wasn't ready for when we did have our LGBTQ, you know, show because I had my personal morals and values in front of me. And so it was hard, but it worked. How do I remove that to get to the person, you know, that's on the other side of the mic to share their story? And I learned some stuff, but brother, it was tough. It was very, very tough. Maybe I had to take some sips to make sure it's cool because I felt as though you would have heard from me expressing myself or y'all watching my face like, you hear what he's saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you get what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was very tough for me, but I had to realize it wasn't about me. It was about them sharing their story and sharing it to the world. And we all ultimately learned something. You remember that one, Larry?
Yeah, I remember that one. That was a bit rough too. I think the one that stands out to me though, for me, that was tough to get ready for is anything dealing with health. You know, because health is really vague. So especially when you talk about physical health and mental health, those are the ones that are really kind of hard to get prepared for, because you don't want to ask the wrong question, but you also have those questions like, well, you know, whether it's suicide or what makes people tick. You know, you don't want to offend somebody because they're telling their story, especially something that they've experienced personally. You know, but it's like, I know the audience want to ask these questions. Why can't I ask it? So that's why we do that whole 30 minutes, you know, a week prior. You know, it's like, what are you comfortable with? What are you not comfortable with? So that we can kind of have an angle going into the show so we know where we want to go.
Hey, yo, and Bill, let me ask you this, though, because this makes sense. And I think this is what helped us. Not being afraid to ask the stupid questions.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because our guests, regardless of where they are in their life, they're able to tell their truth. So has there ever been a stupid question that you asked and was kind of glad that you did ask it?
Absolutely. It's because it's never a stupid question. A lot of times the guests that I have, you know, my pre-production without for TV anyway, the pre-production is longer than the actual recording a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? We just talking about things. I'm gonna talk about, you know, I'm trying to talk, you know, I don't want to hold anybody up and waste their time. So I'm gonna tell them what I'm gonna ask them, and they get it, and I want them to get an opportunity to react however they're gonna react. You know what I'm saying? However they want to react. I don't need you to, you know what I'm saying? You don't, this is your canvas. You can paint this however you want. You know what I'm saying? This is me sharing my art with you. With the Out for TV, I like to say this is a voice for veterans to come out here and share this platform and use it freely. Say what you want to say, whether I agree with it or not. Say it. You know what I'm saying? And if I disagree, let's talk about why I disagree.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's where, again, that's a lot of times that's where my best episodes and one episodes with the most views. I don't know how that works, but let me ask y'all this. I noticed y'all use Facebook to share a lot of to share and promote the podcast. Have you ever ran into issues with doing that?
What do you mean? Issues like what?
With shadow banning. Like,
what's that?
I know what he's
shadow
talking about.
banning. Shadow ban is where you let's say for Herm, he has a big Facebook following, right? And he can post something. He can go in there and share a selfie where he looks really weird because his head is awkward and stuff like that. So he shares a selfie. He looks really weird. He gets 115 likes on the selfie. Then he can go in there and say, you know, I agree with. He said no, and then he go on that same day and he'll post, I don't feel comfortable with getting this vaccination. Facebook will shadow ban that post because obviously we know social media has been, you know, Facebook has been, they be getting paid to up and promote the vaccination. So anybody speaking against the vaccination, they're going to push it down the algorithms and they're not going to allow it to be seen.
So, and I'm going to tell you the key to that. Now I understand the key to that is to pose a question versus a fact. You see, because they ban false narratives, you see what I'm saying, or whatever the case is. So even if I agree or not, I put, how do you think about, or what would you say about A, B, C, and D, and put that into the content. Now, as it's going live, they can't track it like it is, like they may do a audio file of music. You get what I'm saying? Like if we were playing some music that we didn't have, you know, rights for, they can cut that down. But when it comes down to our original content, it's better to pose a question versus a fact. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely. So here's a question though, by Queen Slay. She says, are any of you investing in public speaking or thought leadership work outside of the show?
Yeah, absolutely. You already know, between me and Seth, though, we active members in Toastmasters. So at the local Toastmaster club here at Scott, you know, this kind of goes right into that. We talk about just being active members in Toastmasters and being around the base, whether it's any type professional developments type stuff that's going on in the base. That's how most people know me at Scott, and outside of Seth and Spence, is through speaking engagements. So yes, the podcast and then things going on the base, all outside of the base, whether we're going into the schools or the local community, public speaking is what we do. So I can say for us, at least for me personally, yes, absolutely, every day, all day.
What you say, her?
No, public speaking is something that I need more practice at. You know what I mean? It's this something that sometimes I have my moments and I'm up there and I do great. Sometimes it's just about preparation, and it's something that it's crazy because I get so nervous with public speaking, but I'll get up there and sing in front of everybody.
Like a
I
fool.
can't even sing that good. You know what I mean? I can't even sing that good, but I still get up there and sing like I'm losing. You know what I mean? But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like but leadership stuff, yeah. I'll be looking into doing more of that. But public speaking, I feel like I could bring something to that. I just got to break out of that shell and just make sure I prep myself and get it together.
What about you, Will? Bill?
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I public speaking, yes, but I've been, I don't get a lot of opportunities for that much anymore. I don't, participate in my military activities and duties like I used to. But when I was I was very active, absolutely. Nowadays, I find myself in a lane where you all, because you have been doing this for, going on 3 years, people come to me and they want to make their podcast better. So because I've been recording podcasts for 2 years, you guys have gone on almost 3 years, I legit have a resume as a content creator, as a podcaster. So you know what I'm saying? So other people who are who need help, while listening to us, Locked in Love, a couple of other given podcasts where I'm helping produce them and helping them create their content and get it out there to the world. And that's where I've been at more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to expand my platform, and expanding my platform, you got to go join with other people and do kind of like what we're doing here now, and share their platform, allow them to share your platform, and that's how your voices get heard. That's how you get out there.
No, you're absolutely right. So yeah, man, the Toastmasters, yeah. Actually, about an hour before this show, I was on another show being on a guest to some another podcast. Shout out to the what is it? It's the 1130 podcast that's over there in the East Coast, DC. But also too, man, I had to realize how important it was to bring the things that we've learned from being in the military or our current jobs to how can we navigate and truly teach and lead other individuals. So, but the key is by holding ourselves or using ourselves as examples. So like that's when year before then, we really wanted to get outside or get in front of the microphone and be who we need to be in the community by helping out with the homeless, doing something for the homeless, giving different foods, or then we did an incentive for giving books to these to the kids and giving the board games during the pandemic. So I think it's important too when it comes down to leadership, do things and or do things for the right intent. So then the right individuals can see you doing that and they will be willing to follow. You dig what I'm saying? So I think it is important, but to continue to do that. Hey, so last question, what you got, Herm?
So my last question is, how do you guys feel you have grown personally through doing podcasts?
Damn. Go ahead, Larry. What you think?
Yeah, for me, it's just for the things that I know, I do my research basically on just about everything we're talking about. But things that I'm comfortable with, I'm more prepared for it, can ask those questions. Things that I'm unfamiliar with, my mind is open. So now I'm learning. Even with the things that I'm comfortable with, I'm always eager to learn something that I didn't know. It's so much that I've learned from a lot of our podcasts. It can go from health to finance to children discipline and just getting different perspectives other than what you was growing up with, and that's in your own background. So for me, I just enjoy learning. Learning is the biggest takeaway from this. One of our mission concepts is growth, development, That's what I look for every podcast, and I hope and I walk away with something new that I didn't know about, or something that expanded upon what I thought I knew.
Yeah. What you think, Bill?
Man, I've become a way better communicator, much better debater. Just throughout the time I've been doing podcasts, more than anything, I feel like I've become a better listener.
Yeah.
There's the reason why the headphones got two sides and your mic only has one. I mean, it's
Thought that was deep.
He hating, boy. He know I'm good, boy. I'm out here spitting bars.
He thought he said something, boy. Go ahead, man.
No, that makes sense though. I can dig it. No, I can
gotta give it to him, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Nah, I'll let you finish.
No, man.
No. I know you jabbing, but it does make sense, man. I think what I learned seriously was do things unapologetically. You dig? Like if you say you're going to do something, if it's something that you want to speak on, if it's something or if it's something that you want to be, do it regardless of what other people are going to say or think, because they're going to say or think whatever if you don't do it. So you might as well, you know what I mean, be in the place where you can get it in. And right. And another thing too, not everybody's going to rock with you. Now, your idea won't be the best for everybody, but that doesn't mean don't do it. You did? So, yeah, that's a crazy one. What you going to say?
One more question before we
go ahead.
Look, all right, let's say Netflix offers you a 7-figure deal. You're going to go to Netflix and you're going to work with them on producing their podcast networks, because that's a real thing. You see, Joe Budden podcast, his interns just got to deal with it. He just got to deal with HBO in the 6 figures. And this is like, saying this almost like podcast is like the new hip hop. Where you're taking guys who, this may be one of your lanes. You may be an intern. Once you accumulate a set of skills, you can take that elsewhere. Netflix offers you a 7-figure deal. You got to move out to LA and you got to stop doing the Lions thing. What you gonna do?
To do it for like Netflix? You know what? Me personally, I don't know what the team would say, but my thought process would be that's a sign that we're on the right track. That's it. You get what I'm saying? Because if we're doing this to be purchased, then we're missing the mark. That's my thought process. Now, Herm might say, don't be stupid. Let's go. Look at the face.
Take down money, man. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta pay for that truck. You gotta make that truck note, boy.
Hey, I'm gone.
The seats is already creased. He lost 10,000 already.
Here's the reason why I'm gone. You know what I mean? I'm going to go do it. I'm gonna stop doing the Lions Den, no lie. But what's gonna happen is when I get out there and get those connections, guess who I'm bringing up? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes say if somebody get offered a deal like that, this right here, time might be up. It might be time to rebirth something else. But now we got the resources, you know what I'm saying, in place to rebrand something else. You know what I mean? You bring the people up now. You know what I mean? Like, okay, now I'm over here with, you know what I'm saying, these resources, these connections, high-powered people. Now we know how to make this thing work. You know what I'm saying? Seven, yeah. You see, my wife said, man, when Herman's leaving.
No, listen. wait, now look, listen to what he said. Wait, listen to what he said 6 figures.
That's a 7-figure deal.
7 figures?
Yeah,
all right, so look, check it out, man. For real. I would, no kidding, that would be my original thought, but I know that this isn't just me. You dig what I'm saying? So I won't be saying, listen, whatever y'all say, it doesn't matter. This is what we're going to do. No, that's stupid. So to have a team of individuals around and say, consider this, boom. You get what I'm saying? Larry, what would you do? What would you say?
Yeah.
Doing, big Larry, what you doing?
So when we look at it, it's more so about creative control. It's about, are they putting it in the box? Because I know, I'll say this, all money ain't good money, right? Like
Right.
7 figures is 7 figures. I get it. But it depends on what they're trying, what's in the contract. What are we supposed to be doing? Where they're trying to take us, right? And then the second part of that, I'm still active duty, so I ain't going nowhere. So I can't do anything for them.
7 figures, you not leaving that raggedy ass job?
I can't leave. I'm under contract. It ain't like I won the lottery. It's more so They're like, yeah, okay, good luck with that getting out of your contract. But
Yeah.
but what I'm saying realistically though, that's a good
like a
question.
mug, boy.
But it's more so about are they putting us in a box? Do we still have creative control? That like those things really do play a part. Because
And
all
there
money
you
ain't good
go.
money.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I look at it. It's a job.
Because look, like you're saying, just because they say, "Hey, we want y'all to do that over here. Here's some money." There has to be a discussion, and we have to come together as one, like we started. What is this going to do for us and the brand? You get what I'm saying? Are we willing to compromise that? And are we going to compromise it? What you gonna say, huh?
I'm saying like I'm saying is that when somebody gets offered something that big, right? I think that opens doors to new opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It opens doors to, they might have creative control because I'm working for their company. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm building their podcast up. So yeah, they're gonna have creative control. That don't mean that we still can't get something else popping on the side. You know what I mean?
Depends on what's in that contract though.
That's true.
That contract matters.
Yeah.
Because what I'm afraid of is what is their silencing us from really waking our people up, and they putting us over here talk about some bullshit.
Ooh, hold on.
So think about that. It depends on the content because this is a vague topic.
I'm gonna be sad inside my Lamborghini, man.
Nah, man, you selling your soul. You can't sell your soul, man. Now you part of the Illuminati, like they talking about in hip hop, right?
Let me tell you this. I asked that question because, like I say, I feel like podcasting is the new hip hop, and it's the wild, wild west. People are doing all kinds of crazy nonsense and all that crazy signing deals, and they don't even know what's going on.
There you go.
But I equate that to to hip hop. So you look at Baby and Cash Money. They took the $1 million deal from Jimmy Iovine, and then every time you turn around, somebody signed from Cash Money claiming broke, looking to sue Baby. Master P told me, Jimmy Iovine, you could take that $1 million and shove it. Exactly. If you're willing to offer me $1 million, I know I'm worth 10.
Yeah,
think
about it.
That's what I'm saying.
So when you take that aspect, you look at nobody from No Limit Records has ever come back and claimed Master P did them dirty. You don't see any of their artists crying broke. They never really made any good music
ever.
But they still somehow got Herm to show up to a show with 87 other people in the arena.
They saturated
the market. 45 years old. You know what? Hey, so look, y'all, check it out. I do want to say this has been a super dope show. As a matter of fact, hey, shout out to you though, Bill, man. Yeah, because that was a very, very good question. And fellas, I don't know, and even you, Bill, listen, you never know when that opportunity is right around the corner. And what will you do? You get what I'm saying? And ladies and gentlemen, this is the last show of the year. And as you go into 2022, think about those opportunities and think about your line where you won't compromise yourself. You see, the Lion's Den was birthed out of men being authentic and wanting and putting ourselves out there and not caring what happens. You get what I'm saying? So that may continue to grow and put us in a different position. What will you do if it can come to you? That's dope. That is dope. Yes, oh man, Herm, you got a final word, bro?
Hey, been a great year, guys. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot done. We got a lot of information out to the people, man. Got some new viewers this year. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So to the viewers, man, I really appreciate you guys coming on, showing out for us every weekend. Yeah, I mean, I know it's not easy always to try to catch us live, but y'all seem to make it happen, man. So that's not lost on me. I appreciate it. I appreciate my team. Bill, man, I appreciate you coming on. You know what I mean?
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Great with us, man. So thank you for coming on, man, and good luck to you and your fellas as y'all go forward in y'all's podcast.
Yes. And I do want to say this too, like you were saying, thank you to the viewers. If y'all didn't know this, we're almost at 10,000 in less than 3 years, right? With faithful followers, viewers, comments, content is so dope. You know what I'm talking about? And we would not be here if it wasn't for y'all helping to encouraging us and just being a part of the Lion's Den family, y'all. This is super dope. So let's get ready, all right, for next year. We appreciate y'all. We'll holler. One.